Power scaling. If you're part of the anime community, you've probably stumbled upon a form of power scaling in one way or another. So today, I'm going to be talking about the 10 stages of anime power scaling. Starting with stage 1, street level. These consist of what you call the fodder of power scaling, usually consisting of the typical grunts and low tier villains, or the occasional Miwas. Stage 2, city block level. This is the level where we start getting to the villain of the week category. The musculars from MHA, the uppermost from Demon Slayer, and yes, the uppermost from Demon Slayer would be a villain of the week category in MHA. The average titans from AOT also fall into these categories, the average lobotomized titans, not the main ones that we all know and love. So these characters in general wield the power to cause havoc in a city, but not really destroy it as their city block level. Unlike stage 3, city level. Not to get confused with city block level, city level characters are characters that can actually destroy an entire city, like the King of Fraud Sakuna or the King of Aura, the main man, Dojo. And yes, they're city level. No matter what excuses or headcanon you try to make for them, they are city level, alright? Do you know what's not city level though? Stage 4, state level. These are characters strong enough to destroy an entire state. It's literally in the name. A good example of this stage is All Might from MHA. And funny enough, he names his punches after states, which makes him the perfect mascot for this stage. Unlike a certain fraud who calls a city level attack World Slash. Gojo could never, just saying. Anyways, country level, stage 5, country level. These are characters strong enough to not just take down a state or 2 states. These are characters strong enough to take down all the states, as country level characters like the GOAT Luffy are strong enough to take down an entire country with just one attack, unlike the King of Binding Vows. I got no bias, by the way, I'm just spitting facts. Alright, it looks like we made it to stage 6, Continental level. This is where we get to the characters that are able to destroy multiple countries in a single attack. And to be very honest, it's a very hard stage to put any characters in because it's very, very niche. So I would like to put Aizen Gaon as the main example for Continental level characters. But you can also put the founding Titan Eren as Continental level 2 because he took him a long time to go through the whole world and he couldn't take out 80%. So I could put him like Continental maybe. Some people say country level, but I'll just say Continental. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about an overpopulated stage, which is stage 7, Planetary level. As the name implies, these are characters that are essentially planet busters, like Reinhardt from ReZero, Gilgamesh from Fate, or any relevant high-tier Boruto character. Essentially, these people have the power levels
over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
Yeah, I just had to do that,
Hold up, wait a minute.
Before I head to the next stage, I just want to talk about stage 7.5, solar system level. This is basically Perfect Cell, and it's a placeholder stage. Just like mountain level, which has people like Miriam, or town level, which is essentially the same thing in terms of power, usually you'd round them up or down to an actual stage. I just wanted to mention it for the 5 people that are going to complain that I didn't mention these levels. Now, it's time for things to get a little crazy. Starting with stage 8, Omniversal level. This is the stage where we start getting into characters that have either broken all limits and transcended into godhood, or they were born into it. These are where we get into characters like Veldora, Cosmic Garu, and funny enough, Majin Buu was the first ever universal villain in Dragon Ball, and is the reason why Super's power scaling is the way it is. Speaking of Dragon Ball Super, stage 9 is where most of the heavy hitters fall into, as we go into Multiversal level. This is a level that goes beyond Universal level, hosting characters like Goku, Vegeta, and even extends to characters above them like Beerus, the Anti-Spiral, or even Sonic in his hyper form. And yes, I consider Sonic as an anime at heart, and I do believe his hyper form is stronger than any form Goku or Vegeta has. Maybe Gogeta is above it, or Vegeta, or any fusion they have. Any fusion between Goku and Vegeta is stronger than Hypersonic, but on their own, Hypersonic is stronger. When in doubt, give it to the Speedster. Sonic is around equal levels of power with them, but he's a Speedster, so automatically he wins. That's just the way I do things. Either way, huh? Do you hear that? Yeah, That's the song that plays when stage 10 enters the conversation. As we've entered the highest form of power scaling, I choose to believe, because no other power scaling can exceed this level, and that is Omniversal level. Championing characters like Zeno, the Grand Priest, Rimuru, Archie Sonic, Arnold Voldemort, Haruhi Suzumiya, Ichiro Oda. Essentially, these are basically the Deus Ex Machinas, the author's biggest headache, the shut up, I win because I said so type of characters. So you get the point. This is the level of power that exceeds all forms of logic, that the authors are powerless against them, and even if they get defeated in the story, it's either the greatest piece of fiction, 4D chess writing, or the most nonsensical form of plot armor ever written. There is no in between with these ones. Unless it's One Piece. Why? Because Oda's the GOAT!